Hi, I'm Chris Stirewalt, and it's time for Power Play. So, in a lot of ways, Jeb Bush and Donald Trump could not be more different. I mean, they are both rich, older white men. Yes, that is true, but they could not be more different in temperament, in style, on policy, insofar as we know about them. But we have found them this week together, or at least about 10 miles apart in New Hampshire, fighting with each other. Now, a place where a lot of us didn't expect to see Jeb Bush was engaging back with Donald Trump, who has made a practice of, I think we can say this because it's the internet, pooping on all of his Republican counterparts in turns. Is this a good strategy for Jeb Bush? Does this work? Is this what you do with somebody who is throwing clods at you? People who have deflected and maybe thrown a clod or two include Brad Woodhouse. He is the president of Correct the Record, a pro-Hillary Clinton Democratic super PAC. Your Republican pugilist today is Ford O'Connell. Ford O'Connell, he is McCain campaign, Romney, Civic Forum PAC chairman, pretty big deal. Gentlemen.
He's a big deal and a tall guy.
He's a pretty big deal, PBD. Ford, you got a candidate like Jeb Bush who is low simmer, right? He's not a high boil. He's not Marco Rubio, a lot of energy, a lot of da-da-da-da-da. Jeb Bush is saying, what did he call himself, the happy tortoise or the cheerful tortoise or something, that he is a slow march to the nomination. If you've got that guy, Donald Trump's trashing him every day. If you're advising him, you're not, but if you were advising him, would you say go back and fight back against Trump, or would you say try to ignore it?
You got to fight back now.
Okay.
You got to find swagger. That's the problem. We are now in a campaign era because of Donald Trump. HBO, ESPN, TMZ. It's all about what fizzle you're going to bring. And frankly, he didn't want to do that. But when he actually wrote out his campaign strategy to play the tortoise, he never countered on Donald Trump rising like this. Right. So he's really got to find a way to hit back, but he has to be very, very careful about it, because if not, and he's the general election nominee, then Brad's going to play those clips on YouTube.
That's right.
But Brad, now Bush has made his focus, and to Ford's point, Bush has made his focus on Trump's apostasy, because Donald Trump has been, since he has not always been a Republican, has been an inconstant Republican, and said, well, he used to be for single-payer health care, he used to be pro-choice, he used to be those things. Is that a safe avenue if you're going to go back? If you're going to go back at him, is that the safe space?
Well, I don't know. It didn't work against Romney.
Right.
Romney had been pro-health care. Romney had been pro-choice.
You're comparing Romney to Trump.
No, I'm not comparing Romney to Trump.
Right,
I'm saying that the charges of this apostasy, that used to be a Democrat, used to be a liberal, they didn't work to keep Romney from getting the nomination.
But Romney was the one taking the incoming, not most of the time, unless it was beating Rick Perry up around the head and neck. It was usually Romney who was taking, not dishing out.
Well, look. So here's what I think. I do agree that Jeb has to fight back. The problem is, Donald Trump said yesterday, that he's low energy. And if you looked at his town hall where he was hitting Trump, he didn't get a single person to stand, to clap. I mean, he just has an inability at this point to really charge up the troops. And I think one of the problems he has is there's Bush fatigue, and there's Bush fatigue in the general electorate. I think there's Bush fatigue in the primary.
It's not just Bush fatigue. Okay, the half-life of American memory is 30 seconds on these issues, and what people want to see is a fighter. Okay, that's what they want to see on the Republican side. They don't care if it's establishment. They don't care if it's an outsider.
And on both sides.
But what they really want to see is a fighter. And because no one's following the issues, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it when you say it. And that's the whole key. And that's where Jeb Bush is just killing himself. It doesn't matter where he stands on issue X or issue Y. What he needs to come across is, I will fight for you, and I'm going to bring the energy, and I'm going to stand up for America. And that's really what no one gets with Jeb Bush right now. They don't know what he stands for because he can't get himself off the couch. That's the big problem.
All right, so if you're advising Jeb Bush, it would be a very different kind of election. But if you were advising Jeb Bush, what would you tell him to do?
Well, for one thing, I think his super PAC has gotten on the air, and he can't coordinate with the super PAC. Right. But if he could telepathically tell them what to do, they've got to get on the air putting some of these charges against Trump on the air. So you'd go up. They need to go negative.
If you were Mike Murphy, you'd say, so this is not if you were advising Jeb Bush. If you're Mike Murphy, you'd go negative on Trump now.
Jeb Bush has been in this race since December, trying to put out his positive message and who he is and what his agenda is, and he's declined in the polls.
Time to get your freak on. All right,
they're going to go up on the air between September and December with a lot of these
But what do you tell Jeb Bush? He can't go all of a sudden reinvent himself. He wants to be studious.
No, I understand
he wants to be
that.
these
but
things.
that's the whole point of the super PAC. back. Maybe when he actually communicates with it, he can use Hillary's server.
Do you know what these two guys that have super PACs say? That the super PAC should go nuclear. So you know what you can expect. You know you can expect this cycle. Boom! Boom! Guys, we thank you for bringing a little boom to us today. And you, Internet, you're always bringing a little boom. We appreciate you stopping by. We hope you'll come back for more Power Play real soon.